I'm a Pitbull, and I approve this message.
Hey, hello. Welcome back to Foster. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We've got too many things going on. Conversations with a Pitbull 2015. How are you? Hey, welcome back, world. I would be Foster Carter.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Danny Mason.
And we are here for the year 2015.
Yeah.
We made another one.
That's right. Like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places would say, Merry New Year.
That's right. Merry New Year. You know? And that means we got to go to, what is it, McDougal's? Yeah.
Uh-oh, Pitbull energy time.
That's right.
Plenty, you know.
That's right. HipHopBev.com. Hey, with our sponsor, we made another year. Can you believe it, man?
Yes, we did.
That means that we've been doing this stuff for like 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't got the message yet, you know, we're a show about educating the people, education through entertainment, and
educating ourselves.
And constantly. We are the rescue for the rescues. We are the shelter for the shelter. We're the home for the shelter. And we do
and
all...
the asylum for crazy people.
That's
they love
right.
dogs.
And
so.
we're surrounded by them.
There's definitely not a shortage of them.
We're surrounded. Hey, and we have our board op on the other side of the cameras and stuff here. Chris is back with us again. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Happy and merry and all that stuff. So we're gonna get into what happened for Christmas and all this stuff because I haven't seen you guys. But we're gonna work some of this internet magic and bring up another dog that we haven't seen for half a year, who Fred Craig.
Speaking of crazy people.
That's right. And we one nutty guy. How are you, Fred? You out there?
Yes, I am out here.
How you doing, brother?
I'm 1 year older. How about you?
I know. Well, I stopped getting older, man. You know. So I'm just peaked out. I'm the same age that the last time you saw me.
Well, after 60, you don't count.
That's right. So I've stopped counting 3 years ago.
He looks like he might have added a couple books back there for the new year. I see how you living, Fred. You just somebody got you those for Christmas or what?
Yeah, well, I had a good Christmas. I was with my parents, and they're 87 and 88, and it was good to see them. And
did you catch them putting gifts under the tree like early in the morning?
Exactly.
Their gift is life every day.
Oh, nice.
That's right. 87 and 88, man. That's a lot of living, boy. That's a lot. That's a lot of living.
Big news this year was Pitbull fell on his butt on New Year's Eve.
He did. I didn't hear about that on the Pitbull.
Google Pitbull. If you Google Pitbull now, that's all you'll find.
Is that right? He fell off the stage?
He fell on the ground, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's the beginning and the end of all the news right there.
Right, because, I have nothing against the guy. But I was like Pitbull
I
out.
heard you guys were former lovers and you had a bad breakup.
Well, it was like, no.
Don't say anything.
He gave Foster all his hair.
Don't be a little guy and say something bad about it.
No, the only thing, I'll be honest.
Take the high.
Huh?
Take the high road.
I am taking a high road. Like my Mom's Mabley.
More ways than one.
Yeah, Mom's Mabley used to. Mom's Mabley used to say, they say Mom's, because she went to She said, I went to my second husband's funeral today, and they said, Moms, if you can't say nothing good about the dead, don't say nothing at all. And so I got up there and I say, he dead. Good. so only thing I'm gonna say, no, on Pitbull, man. I mean, obviously the guy's music is awesome and he's kicking butt.
Off the chain.
Yeah. Only thing I say is, if you gonna,
Why isn't he on your show?
yeah, if you're gonna take the name Pitbull and you're gonna make millions and millions and gazillion dollars off of the name Pitbull, how come you don't advocate for the fucking dogs? You know, that's the
Maybe
only thing I say.
He doesn't do anything?
No, you know, his management runs from the dog named Pitbull. I mean, I can't.
He doesn't want to get involved in politics. He just wants to be a celebrity.
Right, exactly. But that's bullshit. You know, that's like calling yourself, you know, Osama, you know, and you don't want to deal with none of the whole thing. I mean, how about that stuff with the drama with France and I mean, we have.
It just makes me sad. That
It's sad, man.
you can draw a cartoon and get killed for it.
I know, man. You know, I mean, what is the world coming to? So I just think that they, you know, those people got.
Does that mean you're going to watch what you say this year? Or
No.
Not pumping the brakes at all?
No. Al Qaeda.
Because you know
and who's those other people?
that little buzzer
ISIS?
thing out at the outside of the studio isn't much of a deterrent. You know what I'm saying?
But they're gonna-
need to have
Yeah, but
donuts out in front of the studio so they'll eat them before they come in.
that's
How's
right.
your security, Fred? I mean, it looks like you're locked up in a fortress over there. You probably got armed bodyguards and
Plus,
stuff.
I got 5 guard dogs.
Well, see,
I heard
ISIS.
about those vicious
You
greyhounds.
can't even walk past my house without having the dogs explode.
Well, we want to put a challenge out there to ISIS and Al Qaeda.
I
Right
don't.
now.
I don't. I'm
Yeah.
cool. I'm chilling. I'm cool, man. I'm just.
Yeah, we wanna challenge
pumping this energy
ISIS
drink thing for the new year. You know what I'm
and
saying?
Al-Qaeda.
Hanging out with the lovely people like
That's
Fred
right.
Cray. I'm all about peace and love.
That's
He
right.
can do what he wants.
I want to see.
That's why there's a split screen. You see, these views don't necessarily correspond with these views. You feel me? I'm not even 40 yet, so I still got a couple
That's
years
funny.
to go. You know what I mean?
Participating in this conspiracy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I want to see ISIS
He's
and
withdrawn.
Al Qaeda. I want to see them. I want to see them kill some of these Pitbull energy drinks. That's what I want to do. I want to see you
Last
guys.
thing you want is them to not be getting any sleep and having more energy to do what it is that they do. Like,
I want to see y'all buy $1 million worth of Pitbull energy
All right,
drinks.
let's get back. Let's get back to what this show is really about.
yes, please.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Fred.
Hey.
Thank you, Fred. Dial us
Messed
back
up
in,
the
please.
American-
I'm trying to cut this out. All right, so the news this week before the New Year's, you guys all heard about Dr. Laura's statement that she made that
Yeah.
all pit bulls
How
in
stupid was
shelters
that?
should be put down and they were a waste of space.
How stupid was that?
And it was pretty stupid. She's the kind of person who is known to speak her mind. But on the other hand, you have the right to free speech, but that doesn't mean everybody's going to like what you have to say.
Right.
She got bombarded with negativity and came out with an apology, which to me was kind of like a Michael Vick apology. She didn't say, well, I've changed my mind. She just said, I'm sorry I said that.
Right.
I think that is the encapsulation of, what we were talking about it on our show, and we said, hey, why doesn't she let like us come on for a half an hour and discuss why that's not true? Give us some equal time
Right.
from her platform, but she's not going to do anything.
Is
She's
she
just going to
still-
be
is
like,
she still on
this
the
never
air?
happened, and that's the end of it.
Is she still on the air?
Oh yeah, people have complained. There's questions. People have talked to her sponsors to try and get them to do what they did with Paula Dean. But so far, I think it's been a minimal impact.
Right.
She did apologize. I think she apologized to placate her sponsors, but I think it was interesting to see that there was blowback from that, and that I think she's learned to at least stay off that subject on her show.
Well, what would you suggest, Fred?
Well, the only thing I would suggest is, you can call sponsors, you can call the station, you can email, just to let them know as a group that, you don't appreciate that, and request, some time from people who are educated about the breed to come on our show and talk with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know. I mean, we love to have her on here and, sick the pit bulls on her. You know, it's like that
would really educate her. That would be definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I don't know where is her show out in New York?
I thought it was in LA, but it's on Sirius XM, I think.
Oh, it is? Okay, but they got a Sirius. If she's here, then she'd have to come into the studio. That would be. I think we're gonna have to reach out for Dr. Laura and see could we because we can get her in here.
You could also get some very good marital advice from her.
Oh no, I'll leave that for you. I'm not.
And Fred, what do we have to look forward to? Do you think this year, 2015, like legal wise in the in the movement? Like, are there any things on the horizon that we should be looking out for?
There are things going on now. There's some things going on in Salina, Kansas. Where I guess the veterinarian there is saying that a Catahoula leopard dog is a pit bull. We're trying to figure out, how we can contest that. I've sent out a Freedom of Information Act to the town. They responded today and told me it would cost $2,000 to get the record, so we're going to try and get that together. The NCRC published their 2013 dog bite statistics report, which was good. Michael Vick's dog Gracie passed away last week.
Yeah,
she was very, very beloved, very, very old, bow-legged, but was able to live, her full life in a way that made up for, in some way, what she had gone through initially. So, that was a bittersweet story. There was also a pit bull that was shot to death in somebody's backyard by a pellet gun. That was in, I think, Islip, New York. And there's a reward out for that. People are trying to figure out what happened. There was no evidence that there was any bad blood between the neighbors and anybody. But that's the kind of thing you hate to see happen because it's a lot like these things we're seeing in France and Australia. It's out of nowhere. And it really is. It must be some kind of I hate pit bulls vendetta. I don't know.
Hey Fred, I was looking at some stories. I saw something recently on the news where they were talking about there was like some FedEx driver that like had nabbed somebody's dogs or whatever, and I was wondering. It got me to thinking like, do they like if somebody steals your animal, is there ever any like unique value placed on like I guess like your emotional attachment to that, like when you're seeking like some recourse or some if they find your dog or whatever, if the dog doesn't wind up but you're suing somebody, do they ever place any unique value to animals, or is it kind of like just property like you said before?
Well, it depends on the state you're in, and I don't know what California's law is, but there are some states where you're limited to fair market value. There are some states where, in Florida, for example, if somebody intentionally shot your dog, you could sue that person and you could get emotional distress damages because it was an intentional act. So some states say that if you have an intentional act against somebody's property, you can get emotional distress damages. There is also what's called intrinsic sentimental value that you can argue in some states where, if your mother had given you, something that, let's say, that she got from her mom when she died, and it had sentimental value to you, but really, if you gave it to Foster, he wouldn't really care about it.
Yeah.
You'd be able to testify to the jury about the sentimental value of that, and you could apply that to your dog. You could say, my dog was my companion, and I had sentimental value, and the jury would have to listen to that testimony and give you a value for that. And there are some states that have like a cap on damages. So like Tennessee, I think, if you get emotional distress damages they're limited to $7,500. So it's really a state by state thing. It'll never be a federal where everything's the same as every in Texas, for example, they had a recent case where they would not allow sentimental value, for dogs, which is to me nuts because, if you stole my Super Bowl ring and I said, hey, that thing has sentimental value, I could get sentimental value in Texas for that, but I could not get it for my dog, which is absurd.
So what do you think, like, when you hear, I don't know if you heard about that FedEx case. I mean, they're obviously a large, corporation or whatever. Like, one of their drivers was caught on tape outside of, like, a grocery store or something, like, nabbing 2 French bulldogs or whatever. And then, like, the dogs wound up getting found, like, 30 or 40 miles away, like, out in the street or whatever. But obviously, I would think that whoever's dogs those were would probably try to take a shot at FedEx. Like, what do you see, like, just generally? I mean, I know you don't know the specifics, but generally, like, with a case like that, what do you think might happen?
Well, in general, I mean, if that were to happen in Florida, my litigation strategy would be to sue FedEx and the individual driver, because FedEx is certainly going to take the position that what that driver did was not part of his employment with FedEx, and it was outside the course and scope of his employment, and therefore they're not liable. I mean, if you were a FedEx driver and you went into somebody's house and did something that was completely, unforeseeable and not something that was part of your job, they would take the position that that was not something that they're liable for. And furthermore, insurance companies will not pay for anything that's an intentional act. Otherwise, people could get insured for, murder and things like that. So what would happen, I think, is that, you'd sue FedEx. They'd say, no, he's not in the course and scope of his employment. It was an intentional act. It's not covered by our insurance. And furthermore, we vetted him, and this was not something that we would ever be able to foresee that he would do. So you'd be left suing the driver himself, and you'd be left with a situation where I think in Florida, it was an intentional act. He converted your dogs to his own use. You would be entitled to emotional distress damages. The question would be, could you collect them?
Yeah.
What would happen is, I mean, FedEx guys usually make a pretty good amount of money. You would be able to, if you got a judgment against him, to garnish his paycheck and so forth. But the question is it worth all that trouble?
Because they did find the dog. So does that, like, would that have any bearing on it? Like the fact that the dogs actually, like, were found and they got them back? Does that, like, diminish the possibility of?
Certainly you'd have to find them in order. The fact that they find him doesn't take away from the fact that what he did was intentional and wrong.
Yeah. And
that he would be liable for that. So, I mean, the only thing you could say, I mean, I think a jury would be, the question is why? Why would he do that? I mean, that's really what the jury and I would want to know. I mean, does he hate them? Was he going to use them as bait dogs? Was he annoyed by them because and he said, what, I'm tired of delivering to this address. I'm going to take these dogs and just let them loose somewhere.
It was weird. It was just like like broad daylight. I mean, they had it on tape or whatever. It's just kind of like, people that you hear those horror stories about people leaving their baby, like, they turn their back for 1 second to, like, go grab some gumballs or something out of the machine, and then some person just comes up and swipes them and puts them in the car. It was kind of like that.
The question I have is, what's the motivation? What if the facts were that the UPS driver or the FedEx driver thought they were abused and took them away so they wouldn't die of starvation?
Yeah, I mean,
does that change? How you
probably
look at
would.
that case? Yes.
Probably would. I mean, I'd be feeding that if he was my defense. If he was my client, I'd be like, hey man, let's figure out some kind of way that we can flip this.
But what I'm saying is that the facts are always, these cases are always fact specific, and until you know all the facts, and it's hard to tell. But I mean, if he just, depending on his motivation, yes, you could sue him, and yes, you could get damages. And I don't think that you can't say that he negligently did it. So there'd be no insurance, even if he had homeowners insurance that would cover it.
Yeah.
And then you'd be going against him individually, and I think that would be, it would be something where you'd get a judgment, and then you'd have to garnish his paycheck, and that would be, it's a hassle.
Yeah. Well, that just goes to show, man, keep your dogs on a leash, man, especially going to the grocery store. Like, you're taking your dogs with you. Keep them within arm's reach, I would say. But that's the lesson learned. But anyway, Fred.
That's happened before. A friend of mine on the West Coast has a case where a guy went to a bar, or a woman went to a bar. She had a few drinks, left her dog outside, came back, and it was gone.
Yeah. And
she found it with another owner, and the owner said, "Oh, the dog! I found the dog running loose."
Yeah.
Which is, that's the story, and they're litigating that case right now.
Wow. What else is on your mind, buddy, before we let you go?
Let's see. Utah had their breed ban law go into effect January 1st, so no more breed discriminatory laws in Utah. That's good news. There was also a fatality over Christmas, on Christmas Day, where in Waukegan, Ohio, where a pit bull killed somebody. I'm trying to look at my notes here to make sure that's not the right place. It's actually Oklahoma. A person was attacked. A pit bull attacked somebody, and the dogs involved had been deemed dangerous before this, and they showed the dog being tethered outside. So that pit bull attack, I don't think it was a fatality. That particular one is explainable in the sense that the dog was not a companion animal. It was a resident dog kept outside probably, and it was already found dangerous. So when you have a dangerous dog, you have a choice. You can either be hyper vigilant and keep it in check, have it euthanized, or have it go to sanctuary. But you can't keep it around and not watch it.
Yeah,
it's already shown that propensity. So there was also a death reported in Velas, Michigan. And what they found out there was that it was not caused by the dog, that the dog actually, the person died and the dog pulled him around by the shirt, but the person died of natural causes and the dog had nothing to do with it. So that was an interesting report in 2014. The Christmas attack was in Portage, Indiana, and there it was a death by pit bulls, and in that case the dog was aggressive again before, and he had to be tased to stop doing what he was doing, and he had previously bitten the wife and the son of the guy who owned it. So again, you have another case where failure to keep a dog that has known propensities in control. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah,
So,
unfortunately, you see that it's so common, and there's so many resources in terms of, people that do training, and it can kind of get that out of rehabilitate a dog, or like you said, put them in a sanctuary or let them deal with some professionals that can handle that, or, sometimes even have to be euthanized or whatever. You're right, there is no excuse for that.
The final story I'll talk about is there is actually a lawsuit in L.A. where the people who were bitten by a dog are suing L.A. Animal Shelter, L.A. Animal Control, whatever it's called, Animal Services, because a lot of people complained about this dog and they didn't do anything. Now, prior to this, there had been very few cases across the United States that allowed that, but there was a case in Pierce County, Washington, if I'm not mistaken, that allowed that kind of case to go forward, and they actually got a verdict. So it'll be interesting to watch that case because on the other side, the facts are that this guy was a drug dealer and he had these dogs to protect his stash. And when animal control came around to see what was going on, he always hid the dogs. There are also allegations that LA Animal Services changed some records so it would look like they didn't know about it.
Wow.
And that's all I know about in the news. But you guys should be checking that out to see how that plays out in the news, because if you change records, you're automatically going to have a problem with a jury.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In a lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a myriad of different possibilities with a case like that. I mean, you got people that are super creative with avoiding the authorities, or people trying to come by and check your gas meter or whatever. People got all kind of tricks to stay off the grid, so to speak.
Yep.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
The questions become: would reasonable animal control officers have been able to do something about this, or were they negligent?
Yeah,
that's the question.
They could be understaffed and overworked, all kind of stuff. We got so many stray dogs and dog issues out here, man. It could be a number of things. But anyway, that's our buddy Fred. Fred, tell all the viewers out there when they can tune into your show, Pit Bulletin Legal News.
Pitbull Legal News is on at 8 o'clock every Tuesday night. When we talk about the kind of things we're talking about now, what's going on across the country. And this week we're going to be talking about fundraising for pit bulls that's a fraud.
Oh yeah.
That
Well,
sounds
hey,
like
man.
something I'm gonna tune into.
Hey, there's a whole bunch of people doing that. So yeah, I might call in and learn something on that one, man. Or at least I'll listen. I won't call in.
It's terrible that they raised money for the defense of these dogs in Salina, Kansas, and the person who was raising the money just took the money and now can't be found.
Is that right? And although it doesn't matter how much money, but how much money?
I mean, it was more than 1,000 and less than 5,000.
Oh yeah. Well, see, in the neighborhood where I grew up at,
That money
more
went
than
to a lawyer defended these dogs and maybe kept them alive.
wow. Well,
So-
in my neighborhood where I grew up in Chicago, more than $1. Yeah.
Got dealt with, huh?
Yeah, you got to go see the boys.
Hey man,
Yeah.
if they having trouble tracking that person down, just see who's rolling around in a nice new caddy out there in Kansas. You'll quickly sniff
right.
that out and be like, man, you were riding a Pinto last week.
That's right. Hey, and
That's right.
but Fred, Debbie Dahmer had Danny on her show Voices for Animals.
For Animals,
yeah,
yeah.
Voices Care for Animals, man. You might want to look that up because it was really, really good. It was nice to hear the guy out there, doing his thing, man. So,
I'm just trying to play along, man. Educating myself, and that's why I'm so glad and thankful to see our friend Fred Cray this year. I look forward to getting blessed with a lot of information this year, buddy, and we appreciate you so much for hanging in there with us and rolling with us, and that's our buddy Fred Cray, dropping the legal science and the education for us, buddy. We'll see you next time, all right?
Hey,
All right.
and you can stick around.
Yep.
You can stick around if you want. We ain't necessarily running you off, although we know you probably got, one of those books to read behind
I
you.
got a lot of stuff to do.
That's right.
Pitbull legal stuff.
Yeah, well, if Pitbull stops by your house, tell him where we at, and,
right.
'cause just imagine somebody that's world famous that everybody loves and called Pitbull. What kind of education could that bring about, huh? My goodness.
Well, it depends on what's it depends on what's in his head, I think.
Yeah, right. Well, he doesn't have to know anything. He could be like me, totally stupid, but surround himself with people that know shit. Like I think I just got the signal. We got somebody on the phone. Hello, anyone on the
Hey,
phone?
Fred, we'll talk to you soon, buddy. All right, thank you.
Take care of that, Mr. Cray. Hello.
Hello, Boston. What are you doing, buddy?
Oh, hey, I got a bad headset. Say something again.
What's going on, my friend? I heard you talking about your smack about me.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm changing.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
there
Now
we
we can
go.
hear you.
There you go. Say it again. That's Richard?
Yeah, this is Richard. I heard you were talking about your smack about me on the Tuesday show, buddy.
Oh, no, not me, man. I would never.
I thought we were friends.
Wait a minute. No, that wasn't me. I think that was my oh God, what's wrong with my headset here? I think that was my evil twin.
Okay, we'll go with that. That sounds good.
How you doing these days, Richard? How are the holidays?
Yeah, they were great, my friend. How are you been doing?
Oh man, I was great. I was down in Nashville visiting family and stuff, so got to hit the highway a little bit. Saw a couple good truckers riding out there. Gave them the old horn salute or whatever. They knocked us off, so had a good time, man.
Dang, you're in Nashville, man. You're only an hour and 15 minutes from me. You should have called me.
Oh man, I wasn't even thinking. I was on kitchen duty, if you believe that.
Yeah, he was doing that. He was doing that Santa Claus thing, driving around, dropping off presents and stuff.
Hey man, not too many people have a belly that could play the role. You know what I'm saying? So when they get a hold of me, they put me right to work. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on in your world, man?
Stop anything off.
What's going on in your world, buddy?
No, just saving dogs and having fun. Good life.
So what happened on Tuesday, man? You got called into an emergency situation with the dog. So
Yeah, I can't say a whole lot, but what I can tell you is that a woman did make a post that she took some dogs out, let some people shoot them, and I got on the ball that night, contacted her and asked her if she made the post. She immediately said she did. Of course, she denies that it was anything true, but that just set me to wondering, and I contacted some friends of mine with ARC, which is Animal Rescue Corps, and did a few other things. And Paula gave me a few connections, and between the two of us, we contacted several groups, and she's being watched now. So we just kind of have to wait and see what goes on and see what happens with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. See, that's our superheroes out there, Danny.
Yeah.
Fighting the evils of the world, man.
Well, for the people that don't know, Richard, tell them a little bit about what you do, because I got to get educated last time we spoke. But tell people kind of like what you do out there with the dogs.
Well, I have my own rescue, Unchained Love, and we're totally dedicated to pit bulls, educating people, and we inside of our rescue we have several programs that we do. We do pack walks to help educate people, and socialize animals. Then we do the reading with the pit with autism children at school, and that's turning out to be a blessing in disguise. It's really helping the children learn to read a little bit better. The pits love it because they get attention, and the kids love it because nobody's judging them if they mispronounce the word or can't get the word pronounced right or whatever. They're just sitting there with the dog, and the dog just looks at them lovingly and gives them a lick, no matter what they do. So it doesn't matter. So that's really turned out to be a blessing for us. And then we're educating people and to the good things about pit bulls. And then we're also dog fighting rings. We transport dogs. Let's see, what else do we do? And then we help save Smitty the Pity, so that's a good thing.
That's right. Well, as if that's not enough, man, you're out there super active. How does it like during the holiday season, does it get a little bit more intense or crazy for you, or does it do you encounter different things during the holiday season that you don't necessarily during the other parts of the year?
Well, now, like in this month and next month, shelters will be inundated with people that got Christmas presents and dogs, people that meant well and thought they were doing the good thing for the dog, but the family doesn't want it. So once the puppy grows up a little bit, or a month of it pooping on the couch or the floor or whatever, they're like, nah, that's it. We're taking it to the shelter. So during January and February, we'll get a lot of owner surrenders, especially puppies.
Yeah.
Year.
Last time we spoke, you were talking about kind of like an innovative exchange program that you were doing, I think, with people up in New York about kind of like taking some dogs that may be more successful and adoptable up there and bringing some back and stuff like that. How's that working out for you guys?
It's doing great. We had probably transported about 40 dogs in the last 3 months that have turned out really great. We've had the dogs down here in our rescue system for 6 months to a year, and they're welcome to stay as long as they need to. We never did. That's never an issue. But we decided a time ago to start trying this. Where like brindle dogs up there seem to go better, and down here blue dogs seem to go better. So New York has got tons of blue dogs, and we've got tons of brindle dogs. So we'll take brindle dogs there and pick up some of their blue dogs and bring back here. These get adopted here like the first week I got them here. Brindle dogs get adopted in New York, like the first week they had them there. So it works out where we're trading out animals, they're getting in different homes, and they're getting in good homes eventually because people want that color or that look that we don't have in this area. Not everybody has. So it works out well for us right now.
No, that's really cool. I think that's when I heard you talking about it, I think, wow, like innovative ways for people to figure out how they can help these dogs. I think trying to give different ways a shot, and that seemed like a kind of cool thing. So I'm glad to hear that it's kind of working out for you guys and whatnot. What do you guys have planned for the new year? I know it's the very beginning, but are there any specific things you guys have planned for the new year?
We're just really hoping that this year our doors get shut because we're no longer needed. We're just praying that this year we can make a big enough difference. We're going to start a spay-neuter program for the low-income people here sometime in February or March. So we're looking forward to starting that. We're hoping our doors will get closed down this year. That we won't be needed anymore. We can go about being normal people and not have to worry about rescuing dogs. But, that's our hope. I mean, it's our hope every year that it happens that way. But we'll see how this year plays out.
Yeah, that would be so wonderful if we all got put out of business and had no reason to be talking about these issues, and that would mean that all of you are doing something active to make these problems go away. So we're doing our part, but we can't do our part without paying some bills. Isn't that right, Foster?
That's correct.
So we're going to take a break. That's our buddy Richard from Unchained Love. You can find him, I'm sure, on Facebook and whatnot. If you get a chance, support what he's doing. Every little bit helps. We're going to take a break real quick, and then we're going to come back, right?
Yeah, and we take a break. Richard, you can stick around if you got time.
I do, my friend. I do.
Okay, just hang
I'm
out
gonna give
then.
you a better grief.
There you go. I love it. All right, hold on. We got somebody on the phone, and before we go to commercial, see who that is. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. Who is this?
Hey, this is Mike.
Okay,
trying
Mike.
to get hold of you guys through Skype.
Oh, well, your Skype ain't working or something, but hold on a second. We're going to go to commercial and pay some bills, and we'll have our engineer, Chris, maybe try to tell you how to do that. All right, we'll be right back after word from our sponsor.
Hey, are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pitbull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
All right. hiphopbev.com. We're going to have to figure out how to get some updated commercials for this year. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Hey. Are your commercials old school and you need some help? Holler at your boy. Anyway, we're so glad you guys keep joining us for the new year. So many wonderful things happened last year, and hopefully are going to happen this year. We went to a bunch of amazing events. We got to meet a whole bunch of different rescues and people on the front lines doing things, and got to shake hands with a bunch of four-legged friends and some of them three-legged and whatnot. It fills me with such joy to have been able to participate in some of this stuff, and I'm learning so much, and that's kind of like what the show is about for us and for you, is to try to learn some stuff about these animal issues. Some of you may be willing to help or want to help, but just don't know that some of these things are going on. There's so much overcrowding, so much overpopulation with these pets, so many rescues that need help, so many resources that there are to help you get involved, to help animals, things you could do on the weekends on a daily basis. And some of the people that you meet, that you see on this show, are such great examples of people that are really, really dialed in with these issues. So we thank you guys for tuning in. And anytime you want to get involved, call us or Skype us or refer somebody to us that you think might want to be featured on the show. And we're welcoming just about anybody out there that wants to talk or hang out and come in the studio and join us or whatever. It's a free-floating show. One of the things that we really do specialize in is trying to get dogs adopted and work in the dog, try to get some of these dogs actually saved. And we have our partner in crime. Her name is Paula Archer. She's the queen of adoptions and whatnot. And there's been some kind of like funk or whatever like this week or the last month or whatever over the holidays, and somehow like Paula wasn't going to be able to join us for the new year, but she would never leave her family hanging, Danny and Foster, and she thankfully sent her twin sister from another mother in here. Paulina is actually joining us to try to handle our adoptions this week. Paulina, are you there?
Hello, I'm here. I'm Paula Archer's twin sister from another mother.
Wow.
And I'm going to read the dogs this week. We're going to adopt some dogs. This is a wonderful thing. I'm so excited to be on the Pitbull conversation.
Well, I hope wow, I hate to see what their mama looks like. No offense, Paula, but if that's your twin sister, well, we did say from another mother, so
yes, we're twins.
I mean, adoption usually is the right way to go, but if it winds up like this is definitely not the route to go. But you know, we're always welcome to new things. We're going to see if she can give it a shot because I'm, frankly, no offense to you, Paulina, I'm very reluctant to think that anybody could do what we need done with this adoption stuff better than Paula. But she recommended you, so let's give you a shot. Let's see what's happening. Who do we have to save this week?
We have Christopher. Christopher, let me tell you about the first dogs. Boston and Dory were, after 7 years of loyalty family, they were dropped off and abandoned. The poor babies. And these two boys, they have been...
Wait, hold up. Cut.
Puppies. Wait a minute, I'm just getting started.
Chris,
this is my first time on camera.
Can you mute her somehow? Wait, hold up. That's your pitch for saving those two dogs?
We're saving dogs.
A high-pitched British voice?
Wait a minute.
You didn't even write that down. It seemed like you're just freestyling. Like,
your name is Pitbull, right? You're the conversation. The other guy's the conversation. You're the Pitbull.
I'm gonna give you one more chance. Go ahead, Paulina. Let's see if you can get the next group of dogs. Let's hear your next pitch because that's not cutting it.
He's a goofball. Have you seen Christopher? Did you put up the pictures of the dogs? Yes, Boston is a beautiful. The goofball.
Wait, hold up.
What?
Hold up. Time out. Chris. Wait, those are the same dogs.
That's right. It's the two dogs.
You brought in one picture of two dogs, and you're trying to play that off as like your whole adoption segment?
Was I supposed to have more? They didn't tell me that. But next week, I can do it better next week.
Look. To all our viewers, look, I apologize. We were trying something new to try to account for Paula being a little disgruntled with how things were going over the holidays. And as you can see, this show doesn't work without her. You know what I'm saying? If this is what we're going to get, I think we're all going to have to shut it down because these dogs deserve more. I'm no celebrity, but I feel like I got to put this on my rider and tell him, hey, I'm not doing this show unless she's being a part of it because I definitely can't deal with this high-pitched British stuff. I can't deal with people freestyling words.
Give me a commercial. I'll be better. I must put on.
No offense to your family, you know what I'm saying? But this adoption thing, it's a serious thing. So
it's my lipstick, Daniel.
Look, we're gonna try to figure this out, and I gotta get on the phone and call Paula. I'm sorry, this isn't working for us.
You're watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live, a show about dogs, the people that love them, and real issues. Brought to you by Pitbull Energy Drink, available in a wide variety of flavors, guaranteed no aftertaste. CWAPB Live will be right back after this dog fact of the day.
The best dog to reportedly attract a date is a golden retriever. The worst is a pit bull. Please support your local rescue groups. They do more to support your community than any others. Yeah, this is Danny from Conversation with a Pit Bull. I'm requesting more of the little funds that you give us from Pitbull Energy Company because we got a problem, Houston. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to run our show the way that it runs on the very little, minimal, non-existent budget that we do. But we definitely can't have this British factor overseas invading our platform. What the hell was that, man?
What the hell was that? I go to the bathroom for 1 minute to let out some of this Pitbull energy drink. Because it's no aftertaste, and hiphopbev.com. And I come back and you got some strange, weirdo, half-dresser chick.
Hey, man, that wasn't my fault. I came in today, someone said, hey, Paula's kind of upset. Somebody's been causing her distress. And I'm like, that's family. You know, we ain't letting that happen or whatever. But it's like, don't worry, we got a solution for it. We got a solution.
Richard?
Yes, sir.
Was that you?
That wasn't me, sir. I had no voice like that. I promise you.
Oh my God, that was.
You have a fake British voice like Johnny Depp.
I can try real hard, but that's not as high as I can go.
Wait a minute, I can't leave here for one moment. Chris, do me a favor. Can you get Paula?
Bring Paula.
Oh, wait a minute. Chris is over there like.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris is like, no, hey, we got Paula. Paula Archer. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, honey, how are you?
Hi.
Wait a minute, did you send?
Fine, you.
Good. Wait a minute, did you send some ringer in here on us? You got a sister?
Well, no. I had somebody that wanted to be on the show really, really bad, and she assured me.
She assured you?
She could.
Oh, you should have got that in writing there, because we got somebody from, I heard of that show Downtown Abbey or whatever.
Downtown Abbey.
That was like the other side of Abbey. That was the other side of town.
Downtown the alley or something. That was
Downtown alley. But Paula, listen, we got your segment sitting open right here, And we don't think a dog will ever get adopted with your cousin Felina. What was her name?
Paudrina.
Paudrina. That just wasn't cutting it, babe. So
well, her name was Fostoria.
Fostoria. No, don't put that off on me. We don't have a side of the family with that kind of our British, that was
we might have to get our sponsor to change to like Sally's Beauty Supply or something, because that hairdo was off the chain.
I was like, man, what did that sneak up in here for? And they had the studio door locked, so I couldn't get back in. And I was like, my goodness.
Man, that's these hackers, man. That's that North Korea. That's that interview. Somebody hacked into our system and able to tap in from nowhere. It's crazy.
I hope they don't release those emails, because, oh, my God, we're going to be in deep shit. Paula, can you pick up your segment, though, for us and get some dogs? And say hello to our friend Richard. He's on the phone, too.
Hi, Richard. Hi, honey. It was a pleasure talking to you yesterday.
Well, it's life-saving dogs, but honey, I definitely miss seeing you on the show. You can never leave again.
That's right. She gets no vacations around this moment. So, Paula, let's do your dogs real quick so we can make sure that gets done right.
Chris, let's save some tails. Put some pictures up there for me.
Yeah, and let's start with those first one, too, again, please. I think you...
Oh, those are real dogs?
There's a real dog,
man.
It's just that...
She's sophisticated with her tapping into people's files, because you got Paula's dogs up there.
Yeah,
all right, let's
go.
Let's say some dogs
let's
the real
do it.
way.
Go ahead.
Okay, first up, we have Boston and Dory. After almost 7 years of loyalty to their family, they have been abandoned in boarding. These boys have grown up together since they were puppies, so they are very bonded. They're around 7 years old, and they are up to date on all of their shots. Boston is a big old goofball who loves to play with his toys and run around with them. Dory is a big ham. He loves to be loved. These boys are super sweet. They just want to be loved and to play a little. But mostly, they love to lay down and roll around on their backs. Please help us find these two brothers the perfect forever home. Now up, we have Lacey. Lacey was saved from HCAS and is with a foster in Tampa, Florida. She was on the euthanasia list, and we just couldn't let her be killed. She is a super sweet girl, good with most dogs, and she is great with kids. She is the most gentle girl you could ever want to meet. She is being treated for heartworms, and we will finish the slow kill treatments for her with any adopter. She is about 3 years old, current on shots, and she is spayed. Please let us know if you are interested in this cutie. Now, this is Maxwell. Maxwell is a cool dog. He is now hanging out at the Dogs R Us Hotel in Lutz, Florida, and he is waiting for his forever home. This gorgeous boy is great with other dogs, cats, and kids. Look at those eyes. He just melts your heart. He is neutered, will be current on shots. He is heartworm positive, but he is being treated with the slow kill method. And that will be continued once he gets with his adopter. He is just a year old and so sweet. He loves to play and would make a great family dog or a great jogging partner. Maxwell is waiting for you. Now we have our next one. Say hello to Wella. Wella is 18 months old and a very happy, full of energy girl. Wella is extremely smart and knows her commands. She seems okay with small dogs, but not sure of bigger dogs until she has burned off some energy. And cats are a no-no. She thinks cats want to play chase with her. She loves kids, people, playing ball, and most of all, going for rides. Contact us to meet this cutie and take her home with you. Now we have Nyla. Nyla was found as a stray with her pup at the college in Fort Myers, Florida. They spent the required stray hold time there, and then we pulled them. She is now spayed and current on shots. She's approximately 3 years old, very affectionate. She is dog selective, so probably best that she is an only child. She is good with kids, and she's kind of small. The poor baby was underweight, but she is looking a lot better now. We're sneaking her some treats, so she's doing a lot better. Last one for today is Angel. Angel is one sweet girl, and she is in need of a loving home. Little Mama lived her entire life of 1 year on a chain, only to have babies. Please show her what love and a good home can be. She will melt your heart. She is a year old. She is now spayed, and she is current on shots. All of these dogs that I've featured today are from Bailey's Way Rescue, and Ann Bridges is the director of that. She is located in Fort Myers, Florida. Her phone number is 239-462-3310, and you can find Bailey's Way Rescue on Facebook. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of me. I can help get you in contact with Ann. Thank you, Ann, for supplying these dogs for us today.
That's right.
That's all I have.
That's right. Thank you, Ann. Hey, Paula, before you disappeared back into the World Wide Web, Danny didn't know anything about this, but we had put out that little a search for guest host, because I'm gonna start on this movie soon, right? And so I came up with this idea about women worldwide, the worldwide women speak out kind of thing, where we just have women from all corners of the world, we have 3 or 4 Skype in and 3 or 4 on the phone and, 1 or 2 in the studio all at the same time, and this is mainly for the Tuesday thing, because on Fridays, you can hold it down and have whoever you want in come in and stuff, but so Richard.
Yes, sir.
So you think you might want to be part of that women of the world, women worldwide, not calling you a woman, but be part of, I'll be one of the only guys sit in, we might try to drag Danny up in here on a Tuesday. Paula, what do you think? Get him up and get him involved, but I want Paula to host that stuff while I'm away and just have women, women worldwide speak out on the animal issues and stuff, Your friend, huh?
Use that weird voice. I'll be glad to do it.
No, I think Danny's got her banned from the station or something. Yeah, like he was
Way
like,
to go, Danny. Way to go.
Yeah, and in most cases, the show is infinitely better with the participation of our friends and family. It doesn't work without the Paulas and the Freds and the Richards and the Cheryls, and it just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And as you see, we just can't have it any other way, because as cute and entertaining as I am, and same with Foster, we can't hold it down ourselves. And so I just want to thank all of you guys for helping contribute to this thing, and it is ours. So
that's right.
We do what we can with it.
That's right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have different people. There was a guy by the name of Mike Hausborough. Chris, is that pronounced right? Hazenbauer. Mike Hazenbauer.
Mike, yeah, can we get him in? Did we figure his Skype out or? Paula, sweetheart, we're gonna let you go.
And we will talk later today, okay?
We love you. Thank you.
You don't go nowhere.
Don't go anywhere. Please.
How's the new dog, baby? How's the new dog?
She's not feeling well today.
No.
So
we'll
see what's going on.
Okay, probably just like me. But hey, don't send your sister no more. No more replacements, okay?
Yeah.
We can't roll with that.
Like they said in that movie Airplane, she gonna catch a rebound on some medicine.
Okay, dear. See you later.
Let's see if we can get Mike in here.
Is Mike out there?
We're gonna put out our feelers out for Mike, and once we get him on, we'll bring him in for the last couple minutes. How was your holiday? Was it pretty decent? Or?
It was cool. You heard that term, couch potato?
Yeah.
Well, I was like a sweet potato. Sweet potato couch potato. Man, this boy, I was on the couch so hard. I think I almost had to get a scraper to get my ass up off of it at one point. It was like I spent Mike, what's happening?
There he is.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? Yeah,
man,
see, the miracles of modern technology. We never leave you hanging. How's it going, Mike?
Oh, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh,
good.
Man, that's great.
Tell everybody where you at in this world, man. What spot? What's your location?
I'm over here in Central Virginia, halfway between D.C. and Richmond.
Oh, okay. It's snowing, huh?
No, actually, it's about 45 degrees out.
Oh, is that right? Oh, okay. It's a.
Yeah, some people are catching it bad back there, back east.
Yeah. So, Mike, were you watching us on the web or listening?
I was listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we had a temporary replacement for our regular Paula Archer up in here, man. So you want to be considered for one of our guest hosts while I'm away?
Oh, yes, sir. I have plenty to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, shoot, that's great. But I tell you what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring you back on Tuesday because our little clock on the wall has ran out. As you know, we've been trying to get Mike on for at least a half hour here, but
tell us quickly like what it is that you got going on, Mike, so the people out there all around the world can understand what it is that you're doing.
Well, I'm working with different state and local politicians. I also go up to D.C. to the Capitol building. I've spoken with our congressmen and representatives. I'm trying to get 15 laws passed for the Congressional Caucus for Animal Welfare.
There you go.
I'm also working on a shelter to be opened up in Trenton, New Jersey. There will be no kill, and it will save 500 to 700 dogs will be its capacity.
Wow.
And in Trenton, and it's a lot of dog fighting going on in Trenton, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there's actually dog fighting going on all over this country, and a lot of stuff has to happen to get that to stop.
Right.
That's one of the many problems that are out there, and it's incredible once you delve into it and see all the issues.
I mean, besides the financial aspect of getting a shelter of that size started, like what are some of the other issues that you're encountering with getting that project going?
Some of the issues are getting people involved, getting the donations together. I have all the permits, everything in line. And I really think that it's going to be a smooth process and looking for a February 1st soft opening.
Oh, wow.
Really? February 1st. You going for you reaching for it right away. But, Mike, we got 1 minute left. It is taking a while, but what we're going to do is we're going to give you an open door. You're going to be in touch with Paula. Do you know Paula Archer?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, well, friend her up on Facebook, and then I'll turn you on to. I'll give you her information.
Because we got to do a full show with Mike. It's not like you got a whole bunch of good stuff going on.
Exactly, and if you're going to be a candidate for the sit-in on our Tuesday thing with the women of the world, you're going to have to pass that mustard. So we're going to test you out here next week.
Tell them really quickly, Mike, in the meantime, before we get you back on the show, where can people get in contact with you to not only to send their support, but to also educate themselves on some of the things you got going on?
Exactly.
Well, right now I'm on Facebook, and it would be Mike, and then the last name is Hassenbauer. and that would be HASEN, B as in boy, AUER. And I'm also getting ready to put a website up called Power for the Pause, maybe within the next week or so.
Power for the pause. I like that. Well, Mike, thank you so much for squeezing in. We apologize so much for having it be running up so close to against the time for the end of the show. But we definitely want to have a full show with you. I think Paula can probably arrange that for us in the very near future. We definitely have a longer show on Tuesdays where we can really talk about these shows in depth. So.
That's right. And you don't have a British evil twin, right?
Right. Well, you guys make sure you find Mike on Facebook and find out about some of the wonderful things. I mean, people that are active out there on City Hall steps getting some of these laws passed. Those are some of my heroes. So I look forward to talking to you, Mike. We're going to catch up with you soon. Before we close out the show, any last words, Foster?
See you guys later. And everybody wants to be part of this family and on this show. And, Paula Archer books the show. Danny and I just show up. We want to, as a matter of fact, Johnny and Shorty.
Oh, nice.
Danny and I went to Mexico hanging out.
Oh, yeah. No, man, that was a wonderful
trip. You guys
trip.
got to see that. You guys got to see this whole thing. Danny put together a documentary documenting the event that, Johnny Ray's organization.
Operation Love Mary Lee.
Whoa. Love Mary. Mary Lee is showing some love, boy. And so Shorty was there. We were there. It was an incredible experience. 300 dogs spayed and neutered in Mexico. The people are so thankful to that, boy. So Johnny, get in touch with Paula, get that stuff scheduled and booked on the show so we can get you and Shorty in here or Skyped in or however we do this thing. But so we're holding that footage for you guys, and I'll see you later.
You guys take care.
Take care.
2015, it's on.
All right.
I'm a Pitbull, and I approve this message.